Hello, all my lovely patrons. Thank you guys for watching. I would like to answer a question today from Bjorn Willer, and here it is. Bjorn says, what is a good way to practice displacing, even malplacing the response to an idea played in a drum solo or by a soloist? I've been trying to come up with ideas and then make them sound silly or funny by dragging or speeding them up when I play them the second time. And I admire your ability to do it in solos. How can I learn to do it metrically, FX modulation, or is it limited to just dragging here and there? Can you make a tutorial out of that? If it's an unclear question, you can just interpret as you like. So I'm going to interpret as I like, but I think that I do understand the question, Bjorn. And special thanks to Bjorn, because you've been a long time patron, so that's great. Do appreciate that. Well, basically, your question to me is about, taking a melodic idea, or you could even say a lick or a short sticking, and developing it in a way that is not just repeating it. Developing it to me would be putting it in a different part of the beat, or displacing it, starting it in a different part of the beat. It could also be, another way that I do it is to put it in a different subdivision. So for example, if the lick is in triplets, to now play it in 16th notes. So what I'm going to do is talk down a couple of ideas that I've done this with. The first one is I'm going to show you a sticking. This is something that I've played that you've probably heard me play before. It's a grouping of 5 notes. All right. So grouping of 5 notes, it's 3 notes on the snare, but it starts on, or at least I'm thinking about it, starting on the floor tom. So let's hear how this could sound within a phrase. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I started it there a couple different places. I started it on 1 that time, and before then I started it on the and of 1. Let's see what happens if I started on the and of 4. So 1, 2, and 4. So it gets a little bit of a different, feeling, but it still really maintains the basic idea. So now groupings of 5. What if I put it that would be what I would call 16th notes, right? What if I put it in 32nd notes? 2, 3, 4. Right? It's a whole kind of a different thing, right? 2, 3. When I'm playing that, I'm actually keeping this general 4-bar phrase in my head, or even 8-bar phrases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Another way that you can use this is what you can change the subdivision of it. So, for example, what if we put it in triplets? One, same tempo though. 3, ongoing in my head. So this is what it might sound like if if I'm just playing that idea and I'm improvising in 8-bar phrases. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ways that we can use it there. You can also use it maybe in a more of a jazz kind of format. Maybe 1, 2. Those are triplets, but and I'm changing the. I'm also changing a little bit where I'm placing the. I'm not changing. It's not the sticking, but where I'm the sounds that I'm getting. So, for example, instead of might go. Or I might for that first right. I also might use the bass drum and cymbal. I'm changing there as far as the sticking is concerned. So 1, 2. So that was all, 8-bar phrases right there. What I did was I basically took the rhythm of a grouping of 5, and I kept that rhythm ongoing. Sometimes I was playing it in my bass drum, sometimes I was playing it in the snare, and sometimes I was starting that pattern, right? So for example, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That was happening all within an 8-bar phrase. So check that out. If you have some confusion with the grouping of 5 and the rhythm, slow it down as always. Just slow it way down and really figure out what those groupings of 5 sound like with a metronome in triplets and also in eighth notes. And if that's still difficult for you, check out the rhythm training videos that I have on my music masterclass, because it really breaks those things down. And we'll tell you much more in depth about how to hear that, singing it with a song, singing a song while clapping those rhythms and trying to develop that. So check that out, and thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate it. We'll be back next time with some other groupings to further answer Bjorn's question.